This is Felipe, and he is the first horse of 5 Stars Senior Equine Project. 5 Star Senior Equine Project is a program that specializes in the care and rehabilitation of broken down and slaughter-bound horses. This is Felipe, 6 months prior to coming into the project, and he was saved from slaughter. What is unique and special about this project is that it is privately owned by my business, Four-Legged Family Massage Services, LLC. And once they get into the program, the services are pretty amazing. They get massage therapy 3 times a week, farrier care, veterinary care as they need it, and professional training at least once a week. And all the care is done by highly trained animal care professionals with experience in abused and special needs animals. As far as my experience in caring for animals, I have over 30 years of experience in caring for large and small animals. As far as my professional experience, I have a bachelor's degree in animal science from UMass Amherst. And when I was in college many years ago, I worked as an adoption counselor, and I learned how to care for special needs, anxious and aggressive dogs. And in caring for them, I wanted to find a modality that would make them more comfortable and also more adoptable. And I found massage therapy. In 2008, I got certified through Equine. And I was living in the Northwest, and I'm still living in the Northwest, and I donated services to a local animal shelter and worked a lot with their nervous and aggressive dogs. And I was really impressed with how the therapy made them more comfortable, more relaxed, and helped them find homes at a faster rate, that I decided that I would offer these services to horses eventually. And so last October 2014, I got my certification again through Equine as an equine massage therapist, and I spent a whole year working on geriatrics, therapy horses, competition animals, and it was very rewarding to see horses that could barely walk be mobile from the massage therapy care. In addition to my experience as a massage therapist, several years ago I also interned at a holistic veterinary practice, which really inspired my philosophy in caring for animals and how I view holistic health. I've also taken classes in massaging the shelter pet, as well as extra classes in animal behavior, genetics, microbiology, and medical physiology.
Hi, I'm Allison, and this is my beautiful boy Felipe. We thank you so much for watching our presentation on canine and equine massage therapy for better physical and emotional health.
So typically when I'm caring for a dog or a horse, I usually always start the session with effleurage, and I will say more about that later. But what I'm looking for, what I'm feeling for, is the temperature of the tissue, the mobility of the tissue, and any kind of vibrations that I feel. It's very important to have education about the dog or the horse's health care before you start working on them, so you can use the correct techniques in helping them feel better. In this particular video, I'm going to mostly be doing gentle massage, and that is because I'm going to be caring for geriatric and nervous animals. And typically with geriatric dogs or horses or nervous dogs, their nerve endings are much more sensitive, and so they require more of a gentle type massage therapy care.
So Jazz is 11 years old. She had hip dysplasia when she was young. So she had to have 2 surgeries to rotate her hips at that time. She's been really active, but over the last couple of years she's been kind of slowing down, and various vets have tried different medications, some of them a little more successful than others, but she's got a very sensitive stomach. So a lot of the NSAIDs and that kind of stuff don't really work for her. So when I had the opportunity to try the massage on her, I jumped at that, and her response to that's been really well. We can take her for longer walks now. She's a lot more responsive and seems to be having a better quality of life.
So in addition to having issues with hip dysplasia, she also has a form of arthritis known as osteoarthritis, which is very common in older dogs. And what happens is that the articular cartilage that covers the end of the bone starts to break down as we age, in combination with loss of synovial fluid found in the joint space that is responsible for lubrication. Over time, that wears thin, and the ability for shock absorption and suspensory is lost, resulting in bones rubbing against each other, resulting in inflammation and pain. So in this particular clip, this is our very first session together. My goal is just to get her used to focused body work, and I'm going to be using gentle massage in all her sessions, but the techniques I'm going to be using here in a minute is going to be called effleurage, which is a gliding stroke. And effleurage is really great for healing painful nerve endings and soothing the nervous system and just providing overall comfort. I'm also going to be doing some light shoulder work to get more circulation to that area. So I'm going to start this session with a little bit of effleurage, as I always do. And in just a moment, you're going to be seeing me do some effleurage with a little bit of combing motion, and this is really great for dogs who don't have a lot of range of motion. It's really good for warming up the underlying tissue and increasing the circulation. And then you're going to be seeing me use a technique called direct pressure. Now, normally with direct pressure, we do light for 10 seconds, moderate for 15, and heavy for 20, but in geriatric dogs, their nerve endings are so sensitive that we keep the pressure fairly light. And basically how this works is that the gentle pressure from your fingertips aids in getting circulation and oxygen to that area. In just a moment, I'm going to be doing a technique called sweating, and in other modalities, they might call it passive touch. This is also a very powerful technique in healing geriatric dogs who can't handle a lot of deeper techniques, but are really in need of support for their for any painful nerve endings. And so basically how it works is that the warmth of your hand is very comforting, and it also provides oxygen, and the gentle pressure aids in circulation to areas of pain. This is also a very powerful technique in healing geriatric dogs who can't handle a lot of deeper techniques, but are really in need of support for their for any painful nerve endings. And so basically how it works is that the warmth of your hand is very comforting, and it also provides oxygen, and the gentle pressure aids in circulation to areas of pain. So in this example, I'm actually rubbing her abdomen area. A lot of pet parents probably do this for their dogs and don't even realize that they're helping them, but the abdomen area supports the back. So by rubbing the abdomen area, we're actually improving the health of the back area as well. So this is called a still touch compression, and you can do these on all the paws. This is a holding technique. It's really great for older dogs that need a little bit more reassurance and comfort, and it also improves the circulation to the paw and to the leg, and it helps with body balance as well.
Over the past few sessions, she's gotten a lot better with her mobility. She's able to climb the 2 flights of stairs by herself. She doesn't always need assistance like she did before. She doesn't seem to be in as much pain as before, so she's doing really good.
This is Charmed, and Charmed is a 16-year-old saddlebred Arabian mare. And Charmed is very lucky in that she has had a dedicated owner in caring for her. She's been through a lot in her life, though. She had a sarcoid in her pectoral area as well as her upper right thigh. She also had a soft tissue injury to her left hind leg. In addition, she's also suffered from laminitis. All her health issues have been resolved. However, it is very normal to have added stress from recovering from physical trauma. So my goal for her is to get her into a more comfortable space and have her feel more comfortable and happy in her own body. What I'm going to be doing here is blowing on her nose, and this is just my way of gaining permission and working with her. When she blows back at me, I can start the session. Now, with an aggressive animal or an aggressive horse, I would not recommend this technique, but Charmed is not aggressive. She's just nervous. And so once I get her permission to start, I can begin the session. So caring for nervous animals or animals that have had experienced a lot of stress is a little bit different than caring for animals that have not had those experiences, and it's very important to have the right approach. So this is our very first session together, and in pretty much all her clips, you're going to be notice that I'm going to be doing a lot of massage on her face and her neck. And the reason for that is because nervous animals carry most of their tension in their neck, their face, and also their back, which I'll be working on later. This particular clip also, I'm going to be just kind of evaluating her stress levels and doing techniques to help her release that stress. And over the next few clips, you're going to see her relax, and I'll explain her reactions throughout her segment. So you're going to be noticing a lot of neck tension, and you can see that just by the way she's holding it and the resistance that she's showing me. And you're also going to be noticing some tail swishing later on. And over the next few clips, you're going to see her start to relax. So this is my second time in working with Charmed, and you can already see that she's more relaxed. She's not showing me as much neck resistance. And I'm also doing an additional technique called the Rio, which is a circular motion that is used on the top half of the neck. And this is really great for reducing tension and getting the blood flow to specific areas along the neck. So here I am rubbing her back, and you can also see that she's starting to relax. There's not as much guarding behavior, and she's much more comfortable with me giving her therapy care. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of the Rio to help further relax her neck, but you can see that she's much more relaxed. Her eyes are much softer. Her neck is much more, is not as resistant. And you're also going to be able to see me do a stretch in a minute, and the fact that she lowers it so well, that's a huge reduction in stress. When animals are stressed or nervous, they have a very hard time even doing simple stretches. The other thing you're going to notice is that her eyes are much softer, and the blinking is nice and slow, and that is a sign of relaxation in animals. So this is me working with Charmed after several months of massage therapy care, and you can see that she's not showing me any kind of guarding behavior. She's much more comfortable, and she's much more happy in her own body, and that was my goal for her, for doing the massage therapy care for her, was that I wanted her to be more comfortable and let go with a lot of that stress and trauma that she had been carrying around and feeling for such a long time. you.